Okay, welcome to 2042. As the world stands on the brink of war, a new kind of stateless soldier emerges from the greatest crisis in the human history. How did we get here? A decade of chaos. 2031. 10 years is all it took to bring the world to the brink. Rising sea levels, collapsing economies, broken alliances, and the headlines keep rolling in. October 9th, 2033. Hurricane Zeta, the world's first Category 6 storm. January 11th, 2034. Global food, August 8th, European Union officially disbanded following Germany's collapse. The rise of the no-pats. Left behind, the displaced band together into ragtag fleets in search of safe harbor. They are families, farmers, doctors, engineers, and soldiers. The once privileged and the impoverished, with backgrounds that are worlds apart, forced together, determined to survive. The media calls them the non-patriated. They call themselves no-pats. The new normal, 2037. Humanity adapts to the new normal. Revolutions in energy, desert irrigation, hydraulic levees, and seawalls save coastal cities, reclaim farmland, and rebuild supply chains. Hope of finding stability leads to some nations reopening their borders. However, with no way to repatriate 1.2 billion people, no-pats become a permanent fixture in all economic, military, and social policymaking. Many no-pats are still distrustful of the governments that exiled them and refuse calls to reassimilate. No-pat leaders emerge, inspiring a new identity, unbound to former nationality, drawing a line in the sand between the old world and the new normal. Hashtag We Are No-Pats becomes a rallying cry. Amidst the world rebuilding, sparks of friction erupt between the US and Russia, as the last two superpowers both vie for control of this fast-changing world. The blackout of 2040. A sudden space debris storm creates a Kessler effect, causing 70% of all orbiting satellites to malfunction and crash to Earth. The cause is unknown. The subsequent blackout causes mass devastation. Planes crash, communication grids collapse. Already jammed global supply chains come to a standstill. Prices of oil, grain, coal skyrocket exponentially. Unsubstantiated claims report over 100,000 lives are lost. A world on the brink goes over the edge. No internet, no navigation, no surveillance, no storm forecasts. Geopolitical distrust surges overnight. No one can spy on each other, so no one can trust each other. Both Russia and the US claim the other is responsible for the blackout, while some suspect no-pats were behind it and accuse them of trying to sow anarchy. Former military and combat-trained specialists amongst the no-pats rise up into armed task forces to defend themselves as tensions rise. The brink of war. A food and fuel shortage ignites a shadow war between the US and Russia. To maintain plausible deniability, both sides field no-pat task forces as proxies in escalating conflicts over resources, promising the refugees a piece of what's left. 2042. Open war is imminent. No-pats have no choice but to choose sides, fighting not for a flag, but for their future. Their war is your story.